as with all things Russia, actions speak louder than words. We're going to monitor everything that we see on the ground very carefully. And of course, our goal is peace and to uphold the principle that you can't redraw borders by force. You can't subjugate the will of a sovereign country by force. And the only way for us to reach those goals is to demonstrate resolve. So yes, if there's a troop or a tank that crosses the border, we're ready to impose the most severe sanctions ever levied on Russia in lockstep with our allies and partners.
If they don't actually use tanks to cross the border, but Putin does go ahead and sign this agreement or this bill that's come from the Duma that says we recognize the separatists in these two areas of Ukraine, what does that do if he's undoing the Minsk Accords?
Yeah, Becky, there are endless possibilities. I mean, if he goes forward and recognizes the actions that are currently with the Duma, that is a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty. We would respond. There would be costs.
Would it be the similar response as it would be to tanks actually rolling over the border?
Well, you know, context is everything, Becky. I don't want to get into the hypotheticals of exactly what would unfold and what we would do. But suffice it to say, that would be a serious mistake by Putin, and we would respond.
So what would these economic sanctions look like?
Well, look, I was at the Treasury Department in 2014 when we designed sanctions after Russia invaded Crimea. And back then, we moved gradually up the escalation ladder. We'd never before sanctioned a country as large, as complex, and as connected as Russia. So we had to be very careful about how to maximize impact while limiting contagion. We've learned a lot since 2014. We know exactly where Russia's pressure points are. Foreign capital, dollars and euros, were and are an obvious choice. So are foreign technologies, critical inputs that are necessary for Putin to diversify his economy and to realize his strategic ambitions. So this time, we're ready to start at the top of our escalation ladder and stay there, again, in lockstep with our allies and partners.
Where does personal sanctions against Putin and his fortune fall on that ladder? Is that something that is more threatening to him? Is that something that's more concerning? Because that hasn't been something that's been used in the past.
Yeah, Becky, the president has spoken to this, and no option is off the table because we don't know what's on the table for President Putin. And so at this point, we're not going to truncate any part of the probability distribution in terms of what Putin might do, and we're taking no options off the table in terms of how we might respond.